a nice reaction video. Now, this particular video today, it's about the Dave Chappelle debacle. You know what I'm saying? I watched the stand-up. I personally somewhat enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like it was oversaturated with the LGBTQ talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, the last 3 specials from him was pretty much about LGBTQ and cancel culture, Me Too, and stuff like that. Which is cool. I get it. I understand it, right? You know what I'm saying? He's making a, what do you just call it? He just talking about society, you know? He's reflecting on society and how American society, Western society right now looks, right? Especially the LGBTQ stuff, tranny stuff, excuse me, not to call it, man. I don't want no problems, you know? People from that realm, you know, I don't even know, I lost my train of thought. So basically, I'm reacting to Flagrant 2. I ain't watched this. So I want to just get somebody else take on it. And, you know, I stop posing and all that. Check it out. Give me a second. Let me set up this. They doing Dave Chappelle, Kathleen Jenner was voted Woman of the Year. Am I tweaking? Alright, let me get the name right on this. Reactions. Okay. Blah, 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 bleep, 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 bleep. Alright, whatever. Let's go. Flavor 2 with Andrew Shultz and Akaash Singh. I've been watching this show pretty much since they started, when it was 3 of them with Kaz, before they was in this fancy new studio and all that. So I've been watching for a long time. Alrighty, so we going, let's dive in.
So are we going to talk about Chappelle's special or what?
We were talking about this before, and it is a tricky one. And I know I'm going to seem like a complete hypocrite because I guess I've been quite critical of past ones. But I for whatever reason, maybe I'm growing, I'm becoming a better person or something like that. But I do feel difficulty in being critical of a stand-up's work when they're doing stand-up.
Yeah.
Man, I'm trying to get
If you're a stand-up that is moonlighting as a late-night TV host and you're putting out corny shit, it's like, okay, that's not it. But if it is your art and that is your thing, I understand the vulnerability of putting something out and having the world be able to criticize it. Mm-hmm. That is a vulnerable thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure musicians feel this way when they put it out. I'm not a fucking musician, so I don't really care as much about the thing, but I do care a lot about stand-up.
Yeah.
So it's tricky to come out here and be like, oh, let's criticize.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm not a comedian at all, you feel me? I'm funny though. I wouldn't mind being a comedian. Probably if I ain't chased music, I probably would have chased comedy, but I necessarily wouldn't have known the route to take in order to do so. But I think I'm funny. But it ain't up to you to decide. You can't decide if you're funny or not.
Just working comedian, right? So I want to start out with like some praise for it. I think he is, and I've said this on the podcast before, the greatest storyteller that I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
Right.
It's fucking
That's
unbelievable. The
That's
story at
right.
the end, if you're
more
watching the special and then maybe you don't like it or something like that, and you're halfway through, you turn off, you're missing out on the greatest part of the special, in my opinion, which is the final story that he tells.
Unbelievable.
It's probably 10 minutes, maybe even more, and it is masterful.
Yeah.
Like, playing with energy, like using comedy as a tool to drive the story. It's really genius. It's almost like stand-up is just this tool he has in the shed.
Right.
And he's choosing to use it during the storytelling right when he needs to keep pushing the story on.
Watching Dave Chappelle, you really see, like, it's a real technical side to telling jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more than just being funny. It's your ability to tell stories and get the audience involved enough, captivated enough that they can see what you're telling them. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get the joke. If they don't see what you're saying, they're not gonna really find it funny because they don't necessarily understand what you're saying. So Chappelle is a beast for that. You know what I'm saying? He's the GOAT for a reason, not just because he's a black man.
I always think about like remember those like Cruising USA, the race car game?
Yeah.
You got to pass the checkpoint to get a little more time.
Right.
Like using the jokes
Right.
as that pass the checkpoint, so you can drive the story that we're really curious to hear like what happens.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking beautiful story, and not only is it beautiful, it's like strategic and like pointed, and really executes the exact thing that he's trying to say throughout the special. It was masterful.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, I thought it was absolutely brilliant. What did you guys think about at least that section?
That was incredible. I do wish he ended it right, like 90 seconds earlier, the special. If he ended it 90 seconds earlier, I thought it would have been fucking perfect.
on the line that says,
Yes.
yeah, I mean, we're going to give it up. We're going to assume everybody's seen it by now. And if you haven't seen it, it's okay. You'll still enjoy. But on the line that's like, and I want to have that conversation with him. I knew your father, and he was a great woman. Or something like that. I mean,
that's the
drop
perfect
the
ending.
mic, baby.
The
That
perfect
shit
ending.
is fire, dog.
I mean, it would have been the fucking, like, his Emmett Till ending in Equanimity when he told the Emmett Till story was incredible.
Yeah.
This would have been even better.
Yeah.
I wish he ended it right there. It's still so
Good
good.
call. Good
but
call.
I wish he ended it right there.
Yeah, and
just
I guess
fucking
maybe he
get
had
out.
another point that he wanted to drive home.
Yes.
And like, yeah, I'm doing this for my people or something like that. Or I don't, but like, as a pure storytelling finale, that is the final point.
Fucking perfect.
Maybe he felt he had to round out the whole piece to add more, but like for me, that's the metaphor for the whole piece.
Yes,
It's like, I could love you even though maybe you and I disagree on some shit, and I'm still going to say some jokes, and they're still going to be funny, even though I really fucks with you.
Yes.
That'd be hilarious if he did not set up that fun for the kid. like that
I would
would
respect
be
it more.
hysterical. Yeah,
I'd respect
that's
it more.
This kid is just tweeting like, "Where's this from? I'm 21, Jay. Where you at?" This is good. Okay, your guys' thoughts on the final story?
Your mom the whole time.
Just on that one, I agree with you. I wish he did mic drop right there.
It's a little confusing because would he be a single mom or a single dad if they were single? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. This is a real individual he was talking about. So I'm just saying, just like my logic is of course like did he go through the transition before he had a child, or obviously the child came before the transition? Like pretty much like what's his name? Bruce Jenner. So okay. I made it make sense myself.
I understand why he included that last line because
What do you think?
I just kind of feel in his head he is really taking some shots at this. Like he feels like he's taking some. I think he's taking like, I'm taking some career-ending possible shots. Like I'm really going at the trans. I'm really going at Jews. He's like, hey, I need to let you people know. Like I gotta explain it to you the reason why I did this. I think he needed that just so it's like, yo, you guys attack me. This is the reason.
It's protection.
Yes, if you didn't get it throughout the special, it's like, this is it.
I think if you couldn't see the humanity of Dave in that story in and of itself, you're the problem.
Yes, people are dumb. And
Sure, there's some.
Yeah.
I also
He gave you two endings.
Yes.
He gave you the smart, artistic ending, and then he gave you
the
the
CY
dumb
ending.
Twitter ending. Yeah. Like, if you didn't get that, I'm going to make this very easy for you to get.
Right.
The fun thing about art is you leave it open to interpretation. But
And that's the scary thing.
The issue with cancellation is that it's open.
Watching this interview is making me realize I probably need to rewatch it again because I watched it last night. It was, got a little lit, had company. You know what I'm saying? So I probably got to rewatch it so I could better now analyze it. Now that I know what the jokes are, what's he's talking about, let me really dive and really listen to what he's saying instead of listening and waiting for the joke. Let me remove the comedy special from it and actually listen to what he's saying, because these fellas seem to have sat with it and have broke it down, and I ain't go that hard. So you know what? We're gonna stop this video right here. Right? Like, comment, subscribe. Shout out to anybody who watches this video. I'm gonna try to do this more often. Really try to do this social media stuff, this YouTube stuff. So just mess with your boy, man. I'm out of here.